Well, hello folks, Fat Guy Flies RC coming to you from the man cave. Well, got the third L-39 from Banana Hobby. This one is the Baltic Bees, FLYFANS 64mm fan, Baltic Bee. And I said I was going to get the third one, that way I'll have all three of them. And this one was a surprise. Number one, they had them on sale for $169. So that was a great deal. But number two, I had said in one of my videos that I was going to be getting all three, and I really wanted the Baltic Bees. Well, my wife filmed that particular video, and here it was late October, early November, and of 24, and she said, and she took note of that. Well, I didn't know anything about it. I knew this was coming on sale, and I saw it come on sale, and was at work one night, and I said, hey, I'll let you know. I texted her, and I said, hey, let you know. I went ahead and I bought that plane I mentioned, the Baltic Bee from Banana Hobby, because they had them on sale for $169. Normally $209. Well, she immediately calls me. Understand, my wife doesn't call me. She may text me, but she never calls me at work. First thing she said, I'm going to kick your because I just bought that for you yesterday because I saw it was on sale and I knew that's the one you wanted. And I've already got it on its way. And I'm like, So this was it. And so I immediately got on the email and, hey, I'm sorry, here's what happened, canceled, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, since you already know what it is, you can go ahead and have it. Give me a list of a couple of planes that you're not going to buy and you're not going to get. And give me a list. And I'll pick something that you won't know about and you don't get it until I say it. I'm like, yes, ma'am. I screwed up. But she said, you already know about it, so it's not going to be a surprise underneath the tree. So go ahead and you're going to get it anyway. So go ahead and get it and do your thing with your videos. I'm like, okay. So here I am. Here it is. And that's how I got it. So it was going to be a Christmas present. It ended up being a Christmas present. And there you go. Anyways, this is just great flying plane because I know the other two, the Black Diamond and the Olive Camo, are awesome. And so I know this will be just as good. I want to set it up exactly the same. Well, I say I will. If this one comes with the reverse thrusting, then I'm going to be putting a 7-channel receiver in it. I'll be putting a Lumen RX 7-channel stabilized receiver in it, which will have will have 7 channels. So it'll be set up a little bit different. I won't have forward programming per se. This is the Albatross. I mean, it's just, they're a great flying. The first two are awesome. I don't think FLYFANS makes a good product, but they have far outdone themselves with these 64mm L-39s. They've more than outdone themselves. Absolutely phenomenal planes. 2mm hex drive gets it put together. It's all screwed together. I want to say 3 for the elevator, maybe 2 for the elevator, 4 for the wing, and that's pretty much it. You get 1 extra. Velcro there. I love this Baltic Bee. Actually, I like them all. I like all the colors. I just couldn't decide which one I wanted more. And I got the Black Diamond first, and then I said, well, you know what? I really wouldn't mind having that olive camo one. And then I was like, well, I want that Baltic Bee one. So I ended up with all 3 of them. But tell you what, this is one of the best flying jets. And as expected, absolutely flawless paint scheme. This would definitely be this would easily see this. Got the very nice, they've actually got a little bit of give to them, a little bit of softness to them, the wheels. This yellow will show up very well. You can see the individual cells, but you can't feel them. Nice big cheater there. Make sure it's not, that's in there good. Got lights on both ends of the wingtips, nav lights and beacon lights. And very, very nice. Everything's already hooked up for you. Ball links all the way around. Make sure they're on there good, which they should be. So Set that off to the side. Right. Very nice elevator. Nice, bright, vibrant. I tell you, looking at pictures and videos does not give it justice when you get it till you get it in real life, in live, because this color is so vibrant. I'm not going to have any problem at all with orientation. None at all. And then there's the one decal that I didn't like that kept me from buying it in the first place. And that is this decal on the underside. To me, it looks too much like a smiley face. But that's the only reason I didn't like it, but I guess that's just the way it is. But it is supposed to look like a bee after all. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Sky group. Very nice. Very, very nice. Like I say, ball links. Everything's already hooked up for you. So very simple. It does. This one has the reverse thrust, that little yellow pigtail right there. That's your telltale sign. Very nice plane. Very nice. Now I figured I don't really need to look much in the way of instructions for assembly. Should be pretty simple. You're only going to have so many screws. All right. Little piece of tape there holding down your connectors. And don't pull too hard on that though. Make sure I'm not losing anything. Okay. All right, XT60 connector, just so you're aware. All right. First thing you're going to want to do is grab yourself these little magnetic trays. They are an absolute godsend. Take them, take out your bag of screwies. Because you don't want to screw loose. Okay, nice big long piece of Velcro. Now these antenna that go in the front of the wing, not really sure. Should be a little perforation there. Yeah, somewhere right around there. Okay, yeah. You can kind of look close. See that pronounced raised area? And if you look real close, there's like a little indentation there. That's going to go right in there. I'll hollow that out with a razor blade. And then I'm going to glue those in. These are fairly stout, so I'm not worried about them breaking. All right, you've only got 1, 2, let me count them. Say a 2mm hex drive is all you're going to need. And just in case you're wondering, yes, this is the unbox and build of the free wing L-39 Baltic Bees from Banana Hobby. Okay. Yes, 2mm hex drive all day long. Okay. All right. You're going to be hooking up your 2 servo connectors. Okay, from both your twin elevators. Now, pay attention to your polarity. Okay, the light colored wire, whatever the lightest shade of color wire is, always going to line up with whatever the lightest shade of wire is on this. So in this case, you've got 2 with white, red, and black. And this one's you've got yellow, red, and black. Red and black are always your positive and negative, and your signal is always your lightest color. Lightest color is always going to hook up. Light to light, dark to dark. If you just remember that. Light to light, dark to dark. Just going to plug this in. These are locking, kind of go in at an angle. These are locking servo leads. You'll actually feel them pop into place. Okay, light to light, dark to dark. If you don't hook it up correctly, you'll wonder why is that service not working at all. You think, oh, cheap model, stupid model, yada yada yada. No, you just didn't hook it up right. Carefully turn your rudder off to one side. Might have to do one at a time there. So feed your servo wires in. Yellow side up towards you. Sometimes you have to finagle with these things to get them to line up right. Just be careful not to pinch any wires. All right, lines up one way. It's cued puzzle piece as to how it fits in there. Just push that in. You see your obvious hole there. Just so you know, these screws that come with the kit are not magnetic, so it's not going to do you any good. So I made a big deal about that magnetic tray. Well, no big deal if its screws are not magnetic, but still gives me some place where I've got them all in there. You feel it tighten up, feel it bottom out, and then nice couple of finger tights with just your 2 fingers. That's all you need. Never over tighten, because even though if you're going metal to metal, the housing in which it all fits in is foam. So very obvious bottoming out point, and then just a couple of turns with your just 2 fingers. Just use 2 fingers on your screwdriver. All right, and that is in there. Okay, very simple. Now, these are metal housing that the wing attaches to, but before you do that, you're going to want to grab your big bundle of wires here, okay, and you're going to want to carefully, very carefully, they've got them tightly zip tied together. Carefully cut that tie. Last thing you want to do is to cut a wire. Because I have done that. I have cut a wire more times than I can care to remember, and then having to rewire all that's a complete pain in the butt. Okay, now this is all labeled. Okay, there's a great big cluster here that has all these, the multiple. This is going to be your gear. Channel 6 going to be your gear, or it might be your flaps. Probably your flap and your lights. Yeah, probably channel 6 be your flaps and your lights. And channel 1, that's going to be ailerons. And then the other 2, I'm not really sure what the other 2 are, but they're going to have to be flaps, I guess. We'll see. I think this is labeled for like a Futaba type system. All right, do not put anything in this large hole here. Everything goes through this smaller hole up front. That's for the cheater. That's for the fan. Okay. Make sure all your wires fit down in there, nice and easy. Make sure they want to freely drop in there. Okay, if they freely drop in there, then you're okay. You're not going to have any problem with things lining, wires getting pinched. If they're freely dropping, you should be good. All right, you're going to take 4 of these screws. You will have 1 screw left over. Okay, so you can lose 1. Don't lose any, but you can lose 1. Oh, I do have one blemish there, but no big deal. Now, the wings on this Baltic B, they're famous for not wanting to line up. So once you get one lined up and in, you can kind of use the rest for as a use that one as a pivot point to move the wing around to get the rest of them in there. So let me get one going. Okay. All right. Kind of hold the wing down. And then once you get one on one side, go to the other side, because that will help line up the other two screws. You may have to attempt and reattempt this a couple of times. This is one thing they didn't do really well with making sure these wings line up. But once they're in there, they're in there. Okay. All right, that's not wanting to line up. So let me find one that lines right up. Okay. Well, let me pause and I'll keep fighting with it, and then I'll tell you what happened. All right, had to take the wing back off, and I haven't put it back on, but what I found was right on this one here, the glue that they used to put in these inserts, some of the glue had overshot and was down in that channel, making it impossible for that screw to get purchased. So we're starting over. All right, that wing is on there. That wing's on there and it ain't coming off. And this is a small enough model, you shouldn't have to take the wing off anyways. All right, those are just some of the things you sometimes have to fight with. Now remember I showed you those little perforation points on the front of that on the front of the wings there? All right, let's take a little, see a little indentation there. There. All you're doing is poking through the decal, okay? Making a nice little hole. And those, I wonder if those are meant to have a, that's what it is. The white tip end actually stays out. But those pressure fit in, but I'm going to go ahead and glue them on. I'm actually going to use hot glue for this. There you go. And that, folks, is the basic unbox and build, well, full build, of the FLYFANS Baltic B 64mm from FLYFANS, sent to me by Banana Hobby. Well, I purchased, we paid full price for it. My wife did, she bought it for me. Early Christmas present. But is that not a beautiful looking plane? Now that color is going to be so easy to see. And yeah, I need to come up with get me a nice afterburner to put in it. But yeah, that is awesome looking. Absolutely awesome looking. All right, now off camera, I'll be mounting a receiver. Okay, be using a 7-channel Lemon RX, and I'll be mounting it. If you look back, you see that patch. There's a patch of fingers wiggling. There's a bare foam right there. That's where I'll be mounting that receiver, because the battery tray from this area 4 will be all battery tray. You can run this on a 6S version, more than likely like a 2700 up to a 4000 6S, and really, I have found with the other two, you don't want to go any further back with the battery, because then it should be just two tail heavy. A little tail, slightly tail heavy even is what you want with the jet, or maybe even just pure level. But if you get too far back with this particular, the L-39s, you don't want to go that far back. This is not a Death Dorito, the Delta Wing. This is like a Mirage or a Rafale. This is more of a traditional wing, so you're not necessarily looking for that tail heavy to where, or tail favoring to where you're going to high alpha. This is not going to be a high alpha type plane. So don't worry about putting your battery well as far back as you can get it. You're actually going to put your battery more up in this area. So, all right, well, there you go. And we'll be right back. Oh, as I drop the canopy, I'm like a bull in a china shop. You think one of the biggest injuries to my planes is me. Just me handling them. I break things. But there you go. That is one beautiful, beautiful plane. Thank you, honey, precious camera baby, for buying it for me as an early Christmas present. All right, y'all have a good one. God bless y'all. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends. God is great. And Baltic B L-39s. Bye-bye.